In the second part of this video, we're going to be tackling another question that has surds in the equation. This time a little bit more complicated because I have two separate surds. Okay? What you want to do is write it just like we had in the first example in the previous video. You want to have a surd by itself. So isolate one of the surds. Now, the reason you do that is that to get rid of the square root is easy. I'm going to square it. But if you have both surds on one side, when you square it with the double brackets, you'll still have a surd in the middle. This way, we will have a surd, but it won't be the multiplication of two surds together. It makes it a lot more simple to get rid of it. So if I square both sides, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to square. On the left, the square root cancels. And on the right, I have this, which when we expand the brackets is 1 plus 2 lots of root 2x plus 1, and then plus 2x plus 1. That's what happens when you have the double brackets and you multiply it all together. So that equals 3x plus 4. Now let's move everything to one side and simplify. Keep the square root, or the surd, on the right hand side, move everything else to the left hand side. I have a 3x and a 2x, that leaves me just with 1x. I have 4 minus 1 minus 1, that leaves me with 2. And on the right I have root 2x plus 1. Now I want to get rid of the surd again, so I'm going to square everything. Okay, x plus 2 squared equals, now a very common mistake here, is forget to square the 2. If we could have divided by 2 here, so then I'd have a divide by 4 on the bottom. You need to make sure that becomes 4. And then you're left with 2x plus 1. So let's expand the brackets. I get x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 8x plus 4. Now I've got a quadratic that I can solve. Sometimes these 4s won't cancel. If not, you're looking at double brackets or the quadratic formulae. In this case, they do cancel. I'm left with x squared minus 4x equals 0. So we factorize, and therefore I get x equals 0 or x equals 4 as my two solutions. Now, what you need to do, once again, is check. So I'm going to rub out all of this and just keep my solutions. You need to check if they are feasible. So let's take x equals 0. I have root 4 minus root 1, and I have 1 on the right hand side. Root 4 is 2, take away 1 is indeed 1, yes, that means that 0 is a solution. Let's take x equals 4. I have root 3 times 4 is 12 plus 4 is 16, minus root 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9, and that needs to equal 1. So I have 4 minus 3 equals 1. Great, that indeed is a solution again. If it doesn't work, it means it's not a solution. You have to take your answers and put them back in to double check. And that would be how we solve a slightly more complicated question with surds.